RiverScene magazine fans, thanks for joining us. We're going to do a little storm chasing in my car. So right now I'm heading up Oro Grande. There's been a few reports that we've been seeing on our Facebook page of power outages from this storm that hit. So we're gonna go kind of check out and see what's happening. Sorry everyone, I can't play music in the background. So the storm started to pop up, and we have more storms developing around us, so we're gonna see what it does. Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. If you just logged on to join in, I'm Jillian with RiverSceneMagazine.com, and we're out doing a little storm chasing. Ooh, there's a nice bolt. Our roads are very, very windy in Havasu. So there's a lot of turns I have to make that it looks like we're going right, like in the Midwest with some of those dirt roads. It's nothing like that here in Havasu. It's a lot of windy roads. And if any of you are making comments in the chat, I can't see those, just so you know. But thank you for joining us. So right now I am on McCulloch Boulevard, and I was on the south end of town near Sarah Park, and I'm heading out towards the north end of town, trying to see what this crazy monsoon weather is doing. It looks like on radar, before I took off I checked radar, and it looked like it was all heading towards the north end. So some parts of town were getting it and some obviously are not. looks like we're getting some pretty good outflow winds from the east that are picking up from our east mountains. We're going to go up into the foothills here and see what we can see up in this direction. So the one thing about chasing in Arizona, especially Havasu, is for those of you that may not live here, Havasu Lake, we're gonna get absolutely thrashed with a storm, and then it will completely goes around us, either to the east or to the west of it, and then it's done very fast if we do get a storm. You know, a lot of places you can see the storm coming and you know that you're going to get it. And Havasu is literally hit and miss. It can come right up to our mountains or right up to our lake and then just die off. And we're all sitting here totally bummed out in Havasu that it's not raining. And if you live here, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But we call it the Havadome. So if ever you hear us mention it on social media about our Havadome, that's what's going on. We're gonna come up here for a lightning. I want to see if maybe I can get a lightning photo or two, but it's been pretty few and far between. So we'll see what happens. looks like they're getting it north end of town pretty good. If you're on the north end, let us know. For those that live in Havasu. We're gonna head over that way and see if we can go into it a little bit. Ooh, I saw that lightning. Did you guys see that? Love lightning photos. That is my favorite kind of photography. Kind of want to come and check out over here. All right, we're starting to get some raindrops here. Looks like this cloud above me is going to open up here. Thank you everyone for joining us. I'm Jillian with RiverSceneMagazine.com, and I love storm chasing. It's my favorite, and Havasu is really hard to do because we rarely get rain, and we don't. This year has been horrible for monsoon storms. Like, this is my favorite time of year, and it's been absolutely terrible because we've hardly had anything. Down by Tucson, they've been getting a lot. But up here where we are, we don't get it much. It's pretty much hit and miss. One summer we'll have a ton of storms and it'll be great. Another summer it'll be terrible. And the Havadome is what us locals call it. Basically, we can have storms form all around us. We can have the storms coming from the east mountains where we just were, and have storms coming across the lake, which is what you're looking at. I'm in Arizona. I'm on the Arizona side, but if you look across the lake at those mountains there where it's raining, that is California. So we can have rain right over there in California and then nothing here. So it gets a little frustrating. For me personally, loving storm chasing and loving photography, and when we don't get storms, when I wait, and I'm watching radar and hoping it's going to come together, and hopefully it stays together for Havasu, and then it just dies outside of town. But it is what it is. So another thing about Havasu, if you just joined us, another thing is what you're probably noticing is we have a lot of windy roads around here. You think you're going one direction and you're actually going another. So that's another real big deceiving thing about our town. I'm heading towards the north end. And I'm hearing reports that the power's out on certain places around town. But I don't quite know where. So if you're watching and the power's out in your neighborhood, let us know, because we like to let the National Weather Service know in Vegas if something like that is happening here. There's a nice downburst across the lake. That's over on the California side. Now, a lot of what you're seeing on the road here is this rain is it's runoff from the mountains. So the North Mountains are getting it pretty good, and that rain is just running down our streets. So that's what you're seeing here. If you don't live in Havasu, just a little bit to know what's happening. And our streets, they flip pretty quickly here. I mean, I guess it's your kind of your own definition of flooding. I'm in a Sentra, so to me the water may be different than somebody else in a truck. So another thing that we have about Havasu and with our weather and the streets is we have a lot of washes. And for those that don't live in Arizona, may not know, our washes is the runoff from the desert. So like right here, we have some of the runoff here. And then you'll see that it goes down into this wash over to the left. So here off to the right is another one of the washes that all the rain flows down into. Hey, and for those of you that are just joining us, I'm Jillian, RiverSceneMagazine.com, and I love storm chasing. I love photography. RiverScene does things. We do a lot of coverage in Havasu with all the good stuff going on. We have all the community spotlights, the stories, the videos, the events going on. We have a lot that we cover in town. And one of the things is I love storm chasing and photography. So I'm out in it today. I haven't streamed in a while on YouTube, live stream with my storm chasing, so you gotta kind of bear with me a little bit here today. If you're in the comments, let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I wish I could play music while live streaming. It would make these live streams a lot more fun for me anyways. It's kind of weird talking into a phone and nobody's in the car with me. This is a lot of runoff from the mountains here. Wow. I was not expecting this over here. I am going down Palo Verde in Havasu for anybody that lives here or just moved here and is trying to figure out where I am. And because we have so many windy roads, it looks like I'm going one direction, but I end up going a different direction. So I'm trying to get over to the north end of town. It gets pretty flooded usually around here too. It's been getting better, but over on this side. Oh, wow. Look at that downburst across the lake. Wowzers. I don't know if you guys can see this. But this is what makes storm chasing and photography so weird here, is because as you saw on the other side, totally bright and sunny, few clouds, and then we have this. those that are just joining in, thank you. I'm Jillian with RiverSceneMagazine.com, and we are live going into some of these monsoon storms that have been popping up in the area. I haven't done a storm chasing live in a while, so bear with me. Not on YouTube anyways. Usually it's a quick live on our RiverScene Facebook page. end of Havasu right now, the north end of town. We're gonna head out this way a little bit. I can't look at radar because I'm live streaming and I only have my one phone right now, but looks like everything has moved north of us, so I'm gonna kind of check out and see. It looks like Needles, you guys might be getting it. If you're watching from Needles, let me know if it's gotten up to you or not yet, because I can't see my radar. But storm chasing in this area is really weird. One side of town may have absolutely no rain, nothing, and then the other side of Havasu, it'll be washes flowing, and so I guess my own daughter must be watching this, because I just looked in the rear view mirror and my 20-year-old daughter is now following me in her car. She's always wanted to go storm chasing with me when she was little, and I would never let her because of the danger of it, because I would never know what a storm's gonna do, especially out here in Arizona. Now that she's 20 and she's an adult, now all of a sudden she's following me in her car. Now that she's an adult, I can't really do much about it, but I'm glad she has a weather bug like Mom, so. Thanks everyone for driving along with me. I'm heading out towards the I-40, which is, when you get to the I-40, you can either go towards Needles, that goes up to Las Vegas, or if you go right, it goes towards Kingman, which they always get a lot of storms up by Kingman and Flagstaff. We're not going to go all the way to Kingman today. I'm probably just going to go up to the I-40 but we're gonna head up that way. Just kind of see what the storm's doing up here. And for those of you that have never been to Arizona and you're watching my live stream, welcome to Arizona. It's way different than the Midwest. For joining. Kind of getting blown out a little bit on the road here. It's pretty gusty. But we're outside of Havasu now. We're going towards the I-40. joined in and don't know much about Arizona monsoons or our weather in Lake Havasu, we have what locals call the Habadome, where storms go around us quite often. The storms will literally form all around us, and and then they'll just die off before they get into town. We have the lake, we have the mountains, so there's quite a few factors for that of like why our Havadome does what it does. So there's a lot of times where I get super excited, especially because I love storm chasing and I love photography, and I get super excited thinking it's gonna rain, we're gonna get a really cool storm, there's lightning, the whole thing, and then it literally comes up to our mountains or it comes up to our lake, and then it completely dies off. And then everybody in Havasu gets super bummed. Because we all want like a really cool monsoon storm. So today we finally got some rain. We've been waiting for a really long time for rain. Finally got some, not a lot, but we got some. Kind of hoping driving out here to the I-40, which goes to Kingman and it goes to Vegas the other direction. Vegas is about 3 hours from here, 2.5, 3 hours. We're not going to Vegas today, sorry. But I wanted to come out here and I was kind of hoping to see some lightning in some of the storms, because up this way they get quite a bit of lightning, but it doesn't look like that's the case. So probably gonna shut off the live stream when we get to the pilot station at I-40. But I said I'd take you guys with me for the ride. Here, we take it for granted how pretty our landscapes are out here. You know, we see the desert all the time and we see the mountains, and it gets so hot and so dry, and it can get to like 120 degrees in the summer for days on end, 115, and then days like today when you stop and really appreciate like our landscape and how pretty it is in Arizona, in this area. So for those of you that aren't from Arizona or haven't been out here before, welcome to our RiverSceneMagazine.com live stream. Thanks for joining. Let me know in the comments where you're from. I'd be interested to see who's watching us and from where. to see what this is doing over here. So I'm actually going to cut the live stream off here. I'm going to run inside for a minute, but thank you everyone for joining. Storms aren't really doing anything cool at the moment. I was hoping to get some lightning up here, but I guess not. So, but thank you everyone for joining, and thanks for visiting Arizona with me and checking out my home state, and hope you all have a great week.